Hey, it's
Hey,
the real deal.
what's up? It's our monthly live.
Yeah, let's talk about April 2023. This is kind of cool.
First of all, it feels not like April. I want to start with the realization that it does not feel like April.
Well, technically now it's May, so that's why.
Right. So you're spot on with that, girl.
But we're talking about April, which didn't feel like
Yeah.
April. It's too
Right.
chilly. Chilly. Anyway,
please.
Samantha's got snow, so I don't think she wants to hear that nonsense.
she's a brave one. That's Samantha. She's a brave one.
All right, so overall thoughts for April before we get into the nitty gritty.
My overall thoughts are you get what you put into it, and I was slacking in April. So although the community and resellers in general are saying that things are slowed down, I can relate. However, I don't know if that's a generalization or just because I didn't put that much into it.
Yeah. See,
All
I
right.
can say I didn't put that much into it because when I did, I could tell those weeks huge. I mean, it was just so cut and dry. Like the weeks that I really focused on shipping, I was killing it. I mean, really focused on listing, I was killing it and shipping a couple of days later. And then those that I wasn't because I had other things going on, wah, wah.
Yep.
4 items, 5 items. What's up, Joe?
Hey, Joe, what are your thoughts on April? We're going over our thoughts on April. And, I gotta agree with Molly and Samantha. You get, out what you put into it. Yeah, it is a slower time, I think, across the board for resellers. We saw a little dip, but for me, that means I was just putting more in and working harder. And my numbers are coming up, guys. It is working. So instead of going want, I got sales. I'm just putting my head down, or we got slow sales. I'm just putting my head down. I'm putting the time, effort in, and I'm seeing the results. Now I started in January, really putting forth a really strong effort. I used the listing calculator, got my goals all set, and I've been sticking by that. And
I like it. Well, that's why we do the summer slowdown listapaloozas, because we know it's summer slowdown, but we know that our way to get through it is just to put your head down and focus on listing. And in the end, it pans out.
Yeah. All right, here, I'm going to put Joe's comment up there. Their April was really good, but I also really focused on trying to list 10 items a day. All right, so right in line with, you get out of it what you put into it. Yeah. Good morning, Melanie and Jill. How are you guys?
Hi, ladies.
Love your overall thoughts on April and what's working, maybe what's not working. We just gave our general input, and I actually got a little carried away today with reporting and numbers.
Awesome,
and
right?
Yeah, so I almost missed the live because I was so carried away looking at the numbers and so excited by my calculations.
Molly and I are like, yeah, there's numbers. Those are a thing. Yep.
2 plus 2 is 4.
Yep.
Yep. All right.
I got carried away with listing because I need to keep on that listing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the key, really. Melanie and Jill say, good. April has been a roller coaster for us. Yes. I think that's why it's great to look at it in longer chunks. Maybe you look at the, first quarter. Maybe you don't, it's hard to go sometimes week by week because it can be, or day by day when you look at your numbers, because it can be, hold on to that. But I need to laugh. I need an over the shoulder bar for this roller coaster, right?
It's like getting on the scale. You can't do that daily. You don't do it daily.
Yes. I mean, I used the listing calculator last week. Libby made me. Libby said, no, we are going to do this right now. And which was great. And I love it. And now I have better goals and ideas of what I need to do. And I, like, within days saw a difference and sales increased, but I stuck with it. But this week, I just got a sale today. It wasn't even a very big one, but it's the first sale I've had in over 24 hours. So it's still a roller coaster, even though I'm sticking to those goals, and I know it's going to take a lot more time. You started your new goal in January, and you're seeing the results now, but it's you can't go day by day, because if I went by the last 24 hours, I would be really sad. I didn't put anything on my porch this morning.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
It'll
I had a great
day you'll
listing
have
day.
10 things, right?
Yep, I had a great listing day. It's going to get better. It's going to be fine.
See, that's the way to look at it. Listing, and you know it's going to come around. I love it.
Yeah, I didn't have to spend time on shipping, so I just put more time into listing. It was great.
Love the new logo, Melanie and Jill. Really cool. I think it's a new logo, but I love the way it's branded. Very, very cool.
Yeah.
Hello, Bethel. Good morning, Rosie's Closet. The eclectic element is here. Liz is here. All right, guys, if you haven't yet, I know we heard from Joe and Melanie and Jill about their April. What are your overall thoughts for April? Yes, we know the whole picture of reselling. We're down a little bit, but hey, we're still climbing that mountain. And a lot of it is you just keep going, because even if we're in a dip now, guess what? That's going to come back up. And keeping your head down and listing, if I've learned anything over the past 10 plus years in reselling, is not to get discouraged when things are slow. You put your head down, you list, and eventually it catches up. So don't drive yourself crazy trying to tweak and fix and, oh, why is this happening? I'm going to quit. No, keep your head down at work. I mean, it's worked for me for 10 years.
I have this philosophy too, though, when I'm listing, trying to pick my sales back up, that not to list in one category, because, you know, we do everything in our store. So I always try to mix it up, because for some reason in my mind, when I mix it up and do a few home goods, a few pieces of clothes, it really seems to pick up the categories as a whole. So
that's interesting.
Could that be my own mental thoughts? Maybe, but hey, it's a good feeling, so I'm going to go with it.
Yeah, because I've heard it goes both ways. I've heard, like, well, if you list a bunch in one category for a couple days, like, that's really good too, because it shows you're really strong in that category and you're like killing it there. But then I've also heard that you want to keep going in lots of different categories and scatter it out, because it shows you're strong everywhere. And so yeah, whatever makes you go. The algorithms are hard.
Yeah. I find the algorithm to be a not four-letter word algorithm. All right, April was my best month ever. I'm hoping this will continue for the rest of the year. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Oh, thank you for sharing that. That's so motivating. Yay. All right.
Awesome.
I'm going to say that about May next month. Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for, because you and I both did our
we had a little reset.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get reels.
Listing calculator. We both did that with Libby. So we know what numbers we want now. We know what we're pushing for. So this next month, when we come back, it'll be really interesting to see the difference, since we're working based on those numbers.
Yeah.
Watch out, world.
Knowing what you have to do. I don't know. Put in the comments, guys, if you agree, disagree, but knowing what you have to do or need to do on a daily basis is a lot different than looking at what you need to do on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on an annual basis. Like, just seeing the work you have to put in daily and knowing you have to list, 10 items to hit your goal, or whatever your number is a lot different, because it's easy to just say, all right, I'll do it at the end of the week, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's for me, because I get overwhelmed with the big picture, right? Like, the big picture just shuts my brain down. And that's the big picture of anything, shuts my brain down. So the way this separates it, and you can actually narrow it down to day by day, and how many you got to list each day, or how much value, that value of items that you need to get in each day. I feel like that's attainable for me. I can do that. I can do that. It doesn't shut me down, doesn't close me off. But if you told me you had to do this in a month, what? So I like it.
Yeah. Did you put Liz up there? Liz said, let's see.
Where's Liz's?
I got it. March and April were good for me. Awesome. 2 strong months. Woohoo.
That's not just Liz. That's my Liz.
All right, fine. Our Liz.
Are you talking about my Liz? Oh, my Liz?
So last month, I just want to do a follow-up on an item from last month. So when we were recording last month, I had this Loungefly, this Disney backpack that I listed for, I don't know, a couple $100. Got an offer of, I think it was $350. I can't really remember. Took the offer, but they hadn't paid yet. So I couldn't count it in my last month's numbers. And I was like, I don't know if they're going to pay. They paid. They gave awesome feedback. It's all set. I was thrilled. I'd never heard of Loungefly. That was a new one for me. So that was super, super fun. Consigner doesn't even know yet because she doesn't log into the portal or anything. So she's going to be super excited.
That'll be a happy payout.
Yeah, be really surprised. Yeah. Because she had no idea what you had either.
Right.
Yeah, there's such a thing. People collect them and they pay some crazy amounts.
Did we just lose Libby?
No, I was getting feedback. So I was thinking I should hop out and hop back in.
I was like, where'd she go? Oh,
I'm you never know.
Groundhogs. Let's just go out and come in. Drop the screen as we
board.
Or I think it's me getting the feedback. I'm not sure what's going on there. But
I don't hear it, but who knows?
Oh, okay. That's good. That is good. All right, so I wanted to follow up on that, and then I had some other things. Guys, put in your let us know what your biggest sale of the month or your most exciting sale of the month was. Samantha, did you have one for last month?
I had a surprising sale. I don't do a lot of like art and stuff. So I had a printed picture. It was like landscape and long, and it was beautifully framed, but I just didn't really know what to do with it. I don't do that kind of stuff. I listed it everywhere, put a ridiculous like $100 and some, I think $98. I put $98 on it. Didn't even know where it was. I just figured it was a bridge in Michigan because it looked similar to the Mackinac Bridge. So I put some tags of Michigan and nature and fall in there. And it sold locally through Facebook Marketplace. And somebody came over from Canada to buy it from me. So even all the tags for Michigan, I don't know. I guess it didn't really matter. Somebody from Ontario came and bought it. And they met me and paid the full $98. And it was a donated item for my daughter's fundraiser. So that was a nice surprise as well.
Awesome.
And now I'm not so scared of prints and arts and things. So yeah, it worked.
Awesome.
I like it. I'm going to pop this up here.
I did think it was a scam at first. The guy was a little sketchy. But,
that was your sketchy one we were talking about. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got to get nervous the meet and greets. You never know. Yeah. But it's a great way to sell artwork because shipping it ain't fun.
Yeah, and it was long and awkward, and I mean, I would have shipped it. I've shipped them before, but yeah, it was nice.
I've got a couple of biggies I'm getting ready to list that are huge, so that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. And it's hard to price when it's just like a local photographer or like I'm like I have no idea. It's a perceived value at that point. I'm not sure. So it worked out good.
A lot of times it's with local artists will go on Facebook and find their business account. Mm-hmm. And that's how I find a lot of information on them that way and kind of where they sell. Are they actually in galleries? Or are they just doing it for their neighbors? You can find out a lot by finding them on Facebook and seeing how they do it. Because I was shocked. I've had some that were actually in galleries that I thought, you know how you look at somebody and you're like, oh, I could do that. Yeah. Well, person's in galleries and I'm like, oh, and then funny thing with this one particular artist who I can't remember her name right now, but when I had them and was listing them, Nick goes, wait a minute, I work with her husband. I was like,
oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, she's an artist. I work with her husband. He tells us when she's got shows and all. I was like, well, let me know next time we'll go. I like her style. So yeah, funny.
All right, I got to put this up here because actually the eclectic element, I actually had a few big sales last month. Sold the Brutalist wall sculpture for $375, solid brass Art Nouveau vintage faucet for $225.
Wow.
I love it.
I want to see a picture of that faucet. Ooh.
I wanted to see the Brutalist wall sculpture.
I wouldn't know to use any of those words. That's
You just helped Samantha's SEO.
I'm
Right.
like, thank you for Google Lens to help me out with that.
Yeah, I'm not good with it, but I do have Michelle down the street. She's a wealth of knowledge about that kind of stuff. And then,
Yes.
you know, my mom is an artist and my sister as well. So they can usually hook me up with some good keywords.
You're
Hey, girl.
surrounded.
Hey.
Yeah.
Kristen's in the house.
Kristen, we're just
Hello.
talking about April. Let us know how your April was, Kristen. All right. So shout out to, I am in love with the new eBay international shipping program. And I'm going to tell you guys why.
Right.
If you are not in it, I really think you should be, because we had the following situation last month. Molly was talking about these beautiful candelabras she got for free on her trip
Yes.
up to Maine. And they were big and a little brutal to ship, and they had crystals, and they sold for what? Yeah, like a couple $100, right?
It was $300 something.
Yeah. Okay. Sold them. She shipped them beautifully, wrapped the crystals, and we get a message that says your item could not be shipped internationally after it's already been shipped.
Right.
Right.
So
and
weird.
we're like, oh crap, right? That's $300 and some. Like, what about the item? And
I was so
eBay now
excited
covers
about
if
it.
there's an issue with shipment and it can't get to the destination, if there's a customs issue, if it never reaches the destination, they cover it. So it was like as if, even though the person did not get the candelabras, we still got the money. We still had the sale. eBay took care of it, took care of us. And that was a beautiful thing that could have been, if it happened the month before, 2 months before, that could have been really ugly and a really hard hit for us. So, yeah.
I do have to say, on the sentimental side, I'm kind of sad that it didn't make it to that home because they were beautiful. And I was excited that somebody else was going to get them and love them, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it was on the eBay for Business podcast recently where they said that the items that, I mean, obviously if it's lost or things like that,
Right.
but they said those items, they refund the customer, they do the whole thing, and then eBay lists them so that they can find another home. And
Okay.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out where those items went because they said they were collecting them at the hubs, and then whether they were going to auction them off, whether they themselves, eBay themselves, was going to list those items that fell into that category.
I believe so. I think it was only like one or two podcasts ago, and they had the eBay International guy on there talking about it, and I believe that's what happens.
That's
and
awesome.
I love that the process was so seamless. I remember we were having a meeting, the three of us, and Libby, you mentioned that the return happened, and Molly was like, "What do you mean? Like, we got paid for it? It's going through."
I have no
you
idea.
couldn't even tell that there was an issue because they take care of everything behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, we had another international issue just over the weekend where somebody, it was probably Israel, because every time I ship to Israel, there's something, it never gets to the destination. But a watch was shipped and they didn't receive it. They filed a claim and eBay was like, don't worry about it. We'll close it out after 3 days. And that was that. They took care of that as well. Now that did show up in my issues disputes list, but they took care of that as well. So, and that was another, not super pricey, but probably $60, $75 item. Yeah.
Nice.
Woo!
Very nice. Very nice.
Loving it.
We got lots. The Eclectic Element says that she has pictures of those what solds on her Instagram, so we have to go peek.
I'm making a note so I can hop over there and check that out.
Liz just listened to our episode with the Let's Do Lunch. Totally so much fun.
So much fun.
I have a confession. I listened to it twice because I had so much fun recording.
Pumps us up. We should just do a regular thing with them. It's great.
Right?
Would it be too overwhelming if there was always like 5 or 6 of us on here all the time?
Right,
Like,
yeah.
They can have Let's Do Lunch, we'll have C chats, but then we'll have Let's Do Happy Hour.
Oh, yes.
Let's do happy hour. All
In
right.
our nightgowns. Yes.
We just created a whole new business here. Oh my god.
That's what we all need. Another business.
Something else on the plate because nobody's got enough.
Thriftaholic. My April was lackluster but picked up. Glad to hear it.
They said so. They had another comment.
Oh, wait. Yep, follow up here.
Just proves our point. It's picked up after they started bumping up their listings. So I said it in the beginning before most people were here, I can't complain about April because I had a lot of time off. I was doing a lot of stuff. I was a little cranky and depressed about some stuff. So I had to reevaluate my numbers, bump things up. And now next month, I'm going to be like, boom, May was awesome. But April, I got what I put into it.
Yeah.
There you go. Philly Flippers in the house.
All right. Hey.
See?
All right.
Kristen's
I'm
always saying
I'm scrolling through the comments unless you guys are going to.
Kristen is that girl that's up for anything. She's your friend that when you say, hey, let's go, she's like, oh, let's go.
Oh, I thought it was me. I thought she just really liked me. Come on.
She's an adventure seeker, and I love it.
All right. So if you guys haven't caught it yet, I do have to mention it because it's my favorite thing in the world is I'd flip that reseller showdown. Oh my God. I can't wait until Thursday.
Now, I just want to say it is fantastic, but you are slightly obsessed.
All right. So I have to say, Kristen, you can relay this to Angie because I think Angie and I need to go head to head because we are both in those comments and we are uber competitive. And I beat her out by $4 last week. Yeah. On the show.
I think the two of you do need to go head to head. See, I told you, Samantha, when the three of us go on, Libby's just going to rake us over the coals.
No, because I'll freeze when I go live. So you guys we're good. We're good.
Paul's got some insider information here. Those are real slow when she gets that wine. All right. I like it.
I love it. Oh my gosh. I need that. Undefeated Philly Flippers undefeated in that show. Woohoo!
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to do like an all-stars and take winners from different ones later and start putting them head to head, right?
Oh my gosh. Wow, now I really want to win.
Just a suggestion, Joe and Nicole, just a suggestion. I always love when I can run everybody else's business for them. You know, they should do like they needed me to say that, right?
You know, isn't that the truth, right? It's so much easier to look objectively at somebody else's business, what somebody else is doing, and tell them what they need to do.
Yeah.
Very hard to do. That's why I need you ladies. That's why I need all of you people to tell me.
I tried giving you feedback and moral support, and you added me into it. What the heck?
Oh my gosh.
I'm popping one up here. I like this. Now I'm creating listings and saving as drafts and dripping them out about 5-6 per day for now. Yes.
I need to play around with scheduled listings now that they don't charge for them, and because we use List Perfectly, you can schedule listings and they still will, the numbers all sync up and everything's linked. So I really need to play around with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Now, I've talked about my philosophy on that. I do not bank list, or maybe I haven't talked about it on C Chats, but I don't bank listings because I need that immediate gratification. Like if I'm doing that work, I am not holding it for love or money. It is going live.
I try to bank, but then like I had 88 listings the other day that were not linked to Poshmark, and it drove me nuts. Like I went to do like my daily like 15 or 20, and I was like, nope, and I just did all 88. I was like, I have to. I can't stand it.
See, I do it when I know a vacation's coming up, and I think that is great. You know, if you can set some up and you know you're going to be gone, but you have Wi-Fi access and you can make them live during that time. I always try to do that and just put 2 or 3 live every day.
And
right, so Liz and Philly Flipper are with me. They do not bank listings.
All right.
Those are my people. We need immediate gratification. We need to get it up. It's done.
I believe even in vacation mode, you can schedule listings to go out, and they'll still reflect the vacation mode. So that is probably the way that I would use it. It would be my way of banking and still having things list every day, just for vacations. Because I'm not doing that while I'm on vacation. I am not doing it anymore.
Oh, Liz nails it down. Boom.
That's why that 88 went out. It's gone.
She is now dropping the mic at her desk. I feel it.
Oh my gosh.
I feel it.
Oh my gosh.
Kristen doesn't bank either.
All right. So I did something. So my parents rehab a lot of properties, and there was a house they just bought and were cleaning out and remodeling, and there was it was like a treasure trove of salvage. You can see some of the pictures or the video I did on YouTube and on Instagram, but there were, you know, in the basement in the garage, there were old doors, old windows. In the basement, there were old kitchen, like the metal kitchen things. They were a little too beat up, but and 2 cast iron sinks. Yeah. So I went on a little adventure. My son and I did that and did the listings. And I love doing that architectural salvage stuff. And already sold a cast iron sink, local pickup on eBay. Guy drove a couple hours, came to get the cast iron sink.
Awesome.
Which, funny enough, when I posted it on Instagram, did you see the response I got?
No.
I saw a couple. It was very
There was a nasty response I got when I posted it. It's like, don't bother, don't waste your time. That's over.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That trend is over. That's not selling anymore.
Oh, Paul.
You know what? It reminds me of when Liz did something up. She had a personalized stocking that she posted out and all that. That's never going to sell. It's personalized. And it had some, like, odd name, like Banks or something, not like John. And it was 2 weeks later, she's like, sold.
I feel like I need to do a snarky follow-up on the cast iron thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Sold.
Yep. I like
For
it.
a little chunk of change, not a crazy amount, but I think $500 is nothing to sneeze at, right?
Yeah.
So yes, Thrifthaholic, you can schedule listings. It is free. There's no extra listing fee. And I don't remember how many days out you can go. I think like a week or something you can go out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we've got planning going on here.
All right.
I am so glad that other people are helping Joe and Nicole do their business too.
Yeah.
Just like me.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. Can we get a spot on the Hollywood Squares since it happens here?
Right? I think we need one.
It reminds me of my grandmother, like sick days, like we'd watch, you know, when she would watch me, you know, when you were sick and a little kid, I'd always go to my grandma's house and we'd watch Hollywood Squares and Guiding Light. Yeah.
I was just going to say, and soap operas. You had to watch soap operas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. My mother would be furious too because we weren't allowed to watch anything like that. The stories. Yes, the stories.
Yes. My house was always like, come on, Molly, sit with me, Molly girl, and let's watch the stories. And I'm thinking,
we got Canadian channels, so half of them were in French. It was great. I had no idea what was going on. It was like a television.
It sounded much sexier, right? Did it sound much sexier in French?
That's what I was saying. More romantic. All right, we're going a little sideways now, girls.
All right. Liz just wanted to remind us all that no matter what we discuss here, and everybody has to run their business in the way that works best for them. And like Libby always says, do what makes sense for you and your business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, scheduling those listings is great, right? Like if you want consistent every day, like, hey, that's awesome. I consider that my problem that I can't hold on to them and be consistent. I'm not recommending people do that.
It's like a FOMO, but for our listings. Like I will wake up the next morning and I'll be like, "Ooh, I wonder if that had any likes." And I'll be like, "Oh my God, I didn't even publish it. Like I have to publish it."
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we even talk about the difference in businesses, backing up to what Liz said. Libby and I work with her under her business, the same business, and we do everything completely different.
Mm-hmm.
And that's under this. I mean, our mission statement stays the same. We have the same ideal customer mission statement. We both run by that, but the way we do everything in our business is completely different. So,
well, that's like the three of us use all the same software and programs. I mean, our process is pretty identical, except it's also super different the way we use them.
Right.
Yeah. And that was the name, Lewicki. Lewicki? On the stocking, on Liz's stocking.
Is that what it was? I
Yes,
couldn't. I knew it was
yes.
some like random name that wasn't like, John, Bob.
Oh, Kristen says her dad did cast iron sink salvage too. Sold one a commercial one for $1,800. Shipped it freight. Nice. Yes, mine was not commercial. Boy, I wish it was. Oh, and Kristen and Angie, I don't know which one of you gave me the idea. So there were the metal like kitchen cabinets, the old school ones that were not salvageable. There was just too much damage, so they went to metal recycling. But they said to take the little placket of the manufacturer off of the cabinets. Yes, which was great. So we did. I didn't sell them. I didn't list them yet. So obviously they're not going to sell yet. But that was an awesome suggestion. I never would have thought of that. Yeah.
So my dad, my brother's a mechanic. My dad is a welder, construction worker, all that. They are constantly working on vehicles. My brother is currently creating his own vehicle at the moment. It's a lot of different parts. And my dad, I showed up at his house. He had a different truck. I said, "Dad, what is this truck doing in the driveway?" He bought it just for the engine. He's going to put the engine in one of his old Suburbans, make it run again. It's an 80s style. It's going to be great. It's a man's dream. Woohoo. And then he's just going to scrap the rest of the truck. And I said, "Well, what about like the emblems and stuff? Like I want the Chevy emblem. I want the other emblem on the side. I want the one from the tailgate. Like I want all of it." And he's like, "Okay, whatever. That doesn't affect the scrap weight. I don't care." And I said, "Okay, what about the grill? What about the headlights? What about..." I started looking up random truck parts for this model of 88 truck. These sun visors sell for $50. And there wasn't that color listed on there. He has red ones for the interior. So they might even, I'll probably list him even higher. And yeah, I started showing him stuff and he's like, "Okay, let me take out what I want and then you can come through and just tell me what to remove and I'll help you remove it." And so now I'm involved in a truck flipping project.
Oh, wow. Well, my addiction to homeschooling Flipper, I just adore her. I think she's the cutest little thing. She had an episode a while back where she came across a bunch of Cadillac emblems and pieces. She had made a mint, the hubcaps and all kinds of things. And I was like, I would have never stopped at that. That's why I love watching everybody's, because you learn something. Like there's things I would never stop for that. Now I will.
Wow. All right. What did they say? When in doubt, part it out. All right, I'm adding that into my.
Let's not get into the debate about who said it first, though. I know that is a strong debate, and I believe Paul is part of that.
So all right. I didn't realize I was setting up for that right now. Jeez. We can battle it out on Hollywood Squares.
Yes.
We should come up with a fun name for it too, right? Like Hollywood Reseller Square. I don't know, Molly. That's your
rectangles.
All right. What else
we need to talk about? I know we had other on the list.
Yeah.
So you had that crazy fruit, that ceramic fruit that you found. So that is like kind of a bolo.
Bolo. I have mentioned on several episodes, one of my favorite places to source are consignment stores that I love that do the deep discount over time. And I have some that I stock. One in particular is my favorite over in Winston-Salem, Snob Shop. They are not at all snobby. We've talked about that before too. They are the nicest snob shop people ever. So they had this ceramic fruit and we are starting now to accessorize our new remodeled home. And I was like, oh, well, I have that footed pedestal, which I got from them on sale. It needs some fruit in it. I look at the fruit and it's like $375. And I'm like, well, what's up with this fruit? Like $375. And I look and it's signed, and I look at the artist, and her stuff sells like crazy. Her name is Mary Kirk Kelly, and her fruit is, I should have brought a piece up. The cantaloupe like looks like a real cantaloupe. Like I literally held it and I like smell it. Where it's got to be real, like. Anyway, I waited for it to go down in price, and I bought that baby. And my husband ended up having to pick it up for me because he was working one day in Winston. So he's like, you want me to go pick up that purchase? When he comes home, he goes, what is this that you purchased? And I always say to him, just trust me. But he still, after all these years, has to question me. At some point, he's just going to trust me. So I get all this fruit and vegetable out, and I determine what I want in the bowl, and I picked 3, the cantaloupe. I got to share the sniffers with other people. A peach and an orange, and I said, I'm listing them. And he's like, you are? And I was like, yeah. So I listed them one evening, and the next day, Libby's like, so tell me about this fruit. And I'm like, oh, well, it's this Alabama artist. She's passed away. Her stuff. And she's like, I can't believe that peach sold for $198. And I'm like, it sold? So, of course, I text Nick because I was out and about, and I'm like, peach sold if you want to start packaging it. Don't I know these things. So, yeah, this Mary Kirk Kelly, if you ever come across, she signs it in cursive on the bottom. It's very light. It's not bright and bold. But if you ever come across it, it is handmade and well sought after. I mean, some of her full sets on eBay are selling for $1,200 and up. So, and then there's specific pieces that sell for, anywhere from $50 up to $300 if it's a piece, a sought after piece. So,
wow, I was in awe of that. Just absolute awe.
I gotta go get the cantaloupe. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
All right. We'll talk numbers while you're gone.
Everyone ignore the bite that's taken out of her cantaloupe. But
oh gosh, that gives me the chills. Ceramic. Gosh. All right. So I talk a lot about why I'm not big into cross listing and why I am big into focusing on one platform. Everybody does stuff differently. So I have my numbers from this month, and I'm going to just give you guys a little breakdown of my percentages. So of my gross income, 74% came from eBay. 3% came from Poshmark. 15% came from Shopify, which is our live sales and stuff like that. We use our website and live sales. So that was the breakdown of the month. And then other stuff like individual customers and things like that make up for the couple of percents that are missing in there. But 74% from eBay, 15% from Shopify, 3% from Poshmark. So I'm kind of glad we do this monthly recap because I've never actually looked at the straight up percentages. Like I know what the numbers are, but I've never done the straight up percentages. So I'm going to go ahead and run that report every month and take a look at it and see where we are. But
now that being said,
yeah,
you're currently broken up with all the other platforms. And are you really?
I have stuff on Mercari, I have stuff on Poshmark. Yeah.
You have stuff there, but you're not currently cross listing, or are you doing like a daily amount in any of those? Because I'm a firm believer in you got to have consistency.
Facebook Marketplace. Yeah, no,
that one's not making any difference no matter what.
All right, so we had this discussion. We were talking about platforms. We recorded our platform episode yesterday, and I was railing on Facebook Marketplace, right? Because that was my number 2 platform for a couple of years, right? It was eBay, then it was Facebook Marketplace, and it just died a few months ago, right? And I haven't had a sale on there, like a shippable sale on there in 3 months, maybe, like a significant amount of time for having as many listings as I do up there. Mm-hmm. And about, I don't know, 20 minutes after we record it, I text them, I'm like, y'all are evil. I had one shippable sale and one local pickup within 20 minutes of being like, I'm done with Facebook Marketplace.
All you got to do is kick them to the curb.
Yeah.
So I'm having issues with Poshmark, and they're like, you just got to be mean to it. You got to shut it down. You got to break up with it. I'm like, but it'll know that I'm not really feeling that way. I'm not really truthful about it.
You got to say it like you mean it.
And
if you say it like you mean it, that's it. I'm breaking up with you. I'm done with you. The sales will start coming.
Smack talking works. I'm sorry to say it, but
Christy's in the house. She came in as Molly was running away to grab a cantaloupe so that we could all see and sniff it ourselves.
All right, so quick summary of our episode, of our live so far. Listing works. Listings equal sales.
Yes.
All right. Consistency works. What else? Molly has some crazy cantaloupe she's gonna
Kitchen sinks sell, and you should not be mean about it.
And I still believe that you should focus on, I still can't make it work. My time is better spent in this, maybe because I'm a consignment seller and it's very fast forward moving and I don't really concentrate on moving old inventory so much. So little disclaimer there. I can't rationalize the time I am spending cross-listing to every platform when the majority of my sales come from eBay. So there we have it.
Agreed.
Summary.
eBay is king for me. I do list their priority first, but then I list all the other ones.
Yeah.
Here's the
All right,
orange.
so that is definitely an orange. Wow, that is very. Those are ceramic.
Aren't you glad you went and got
blow
that?
this up.
Yeah.
Let's blow this up. Look at them dimples.
Are you ready? Sniff my cantaloupe.
That's
Wow.
nuts.
Is that ridiculous? Like I literally am like, it's got to be real.
Would you be careful? That's a small fortune.
Right, like don't drop it.
Wait, how much do you have that listed for? Is that one listed?
Yeah, 225, 249, something. I don't remember.
2 hands, Molly. 2 hands.
No, look at this. Do you understand why I had to smell it?
That is
Very
very
realistic.
realistic.
Yeah.
It has to be real. It's not real.
Wow. And so you sold the peach one, was it?
Yes, the peach.
Nice.
And it went to Georgia,
It
didn't
went to
it?
Georgia,
I
to
thought that was
Georgia.
really funny.
That is funny.
A Georgia peach bought it.
All right. So the eclectic element, she's saying it does work. Smack talking the platforms works. All right.
Yes.
How she feels about Macari. Seriously done. And then bam, sales started picking up after literal months of nothing.
When did your Macari sale pick up? Because I would really like to know if that was like recently, and I still have hope because I loved Macari in Q4. We were doing, it was like my number 2 platform. It was up there. It was doing great. And it's not anymore. And it's that one I probably could seriously be done with for a little while. I'm still trying. We're going to counseling at the moment.
Oh, nice. So she's got 2 sales on Macari back to back.
Oh, all right. All right. It could be happening. It could be happening, Samantha.
She also wants to know how you run your reports, Libby.
Oh, so I do it through our consignment software, Consign Cloud. So it tracks all that and I can just go report happy and write as many different kinds of reports as I want, which is why I almost missed the live today because I was having so much fun with the reports.
Don't we just love that we're all so different? Because the fact that you would say happy and run reports in the same sentence, just, I don't understand.
I just screen share with Libby and she tells me which reports to run and then she gets excited about that.
I love
Oh,
it.
you're a step better. I just tell her, oh, you tell them.
Right. I go with more of like a how I feel in my soul. Like, yeah, it was a good month or no, it wasn't.
So the shocking thing for me about my numbers this month was really, it wasn't that eBay was the biggest. It wasn't that Poshmark was not even a blip on the radar. It was the fact that my Shopify sales, and by that I mean also encompasses our live sales because that's all through Shopify and website.
There's an app for that.
15% because there's an app for that. Yeah. 15%. I wonder,
Yeah.
like month after month, how what's that's going to look like if it's going to stay around 15%. Because I was pretty pleased with that.
I think the app is getting out there more and more, and so the more people that download that app, the more that's going to increase because it's such an easy, great way to shop.
Yeah.
You know? Like I keep saying, it's a good thing we didn't have that when my son was playing travel soccer. Or I'd be broke because I'd sit on the soccer field and be buying everything. You know?
I just gotta share this one because I love you too, Christy. And everybody can just keep saying hungry.
Love it.
It's not just for the eBay International shipping program; it's also for Christy.
Right?
Yeah.
Chris and I are getting together for some DNA testing and happy hour.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. What do we have here?
All right, so I have another cool number that I looked at. I don't know if anybody's interested in this, but I found it very interesting.
I'm sure there are. Look, Melanie's here, and she's a numbers girl.
Oh, all right, Melanie likes numbers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I have my goal. We list at least $900 in inventory 5 days a week, and so we listed 486 items last month. And we sold 436 items last month.
Dang.
What?
Dang.
I don't think it's ever looked like, I don't think my numbers have ever historically looked like that, where there's been that close of a correlation with.
So you've checked this exact thing in the past?
I mean, I look at it week to week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's never been that close. It was really surprising.
Well, now we get to see what you share next month.
And our average sales price is slowly climbing. Yep. We sell a lot of like mid-tier items, I guess, lower ends, mid-tier items, and yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of curious what everybody in the comments, what your average sales price is.
Sales are picking up last 2-ish months. Okay, well, Atari hasn't picked up in the last 2-ish months for me, so I'll just keep trying, I guess. I just want to say I'm jealous of this right here because they recently got to go to the bins together with Michelle.
Oh, that's right.
Together, and they went and had fun, and I just got pictures. And
we got a little FOMO, didn't we? I don't know why other people are hanging out with my Liz. She's mine.
Oh, it's so fun. I'm just really excited.
I love it when our reseller peeps have each other. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. It just means that we got to make a trip to Colorado. That's all.
Yes. I've never been. Oh, yes. All right. Rosie, only sell clothing. Average sales price last month was $32.76. Yeah, that's great. Is that about where you want to be? Are you like adjusting up or down? And wow, Liz has a lot of people staking claims there. And Kristen said her average sales price was $22.40 last year. So that's where I want to be. We range from anywhere from like 16 to 20. I'd really like to be at 20 for my average sales price. I like having a higher volume and lower prices for my business. That works. Yeah. It just, those bread and butter items it's not the bolos and the big sales that we talk about that keep my business running at all, right? Like I can't count on those consistently, but those bread and butter sales, man, those $20 sales, that's what keeps my business running, really.
Yeah.
All right, Kristen's trying to raise that average. All right.
Liz's world. I keep pushing and moving up. So.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Joe, I just feel like you're just not trying hard enough. So if you could keep working on that, that would be.
There are many of us that would appreciate that, just so you know.
We have a
lot of people here that think we can run your business, so perhaps you should just have us all put our heads together and help.
I don't even know how Joe and Nicole do what they do and put that on. Like every time I watch it, my jaw just drops. I'm just like in total awe of like how much work and energy and fun and just I don't know how you guys do it. I couldn't even begin.
And they both have other jobs, plus they do the reselling, plus they do the YouTube, plus they do the my Lanta, they do a lot. Yeah.
Yep.
But still, I still want them to work harder. That's all I'm saying. Just do that. We have a fundraiser here, a local fundraiser that's put on for our Rotary Club, and they we said Hollywood Squares because it was a game show extravaganza. They had the wheel, they had Plinko, they do the whole thing. And they wanted to do Hollywood Squares, and they took it to the extreme. They had to change venues so they could fit a life-size Hollywood Squares in. And they bring in like local, like you'll see like the local weatherman on there and like different people, the mayor, and they legit like light up the squares and do the whole thing. And I don't recommend that, Joe. That's maybe like a PowerPoint. I don't know. Like,
no, they bought a Plinko. They bought a Plinko board. Maybe next they'll be like, look on Facebook Marketplace.
I watch it for his outfits, really. That's why I'm there.
Yes. You know he's going to end up making the full set, and it's going to be like backlit with, working buzzer buttons.
They can only do it in the summertime because it fits in the backyard only. Like that's but then we'll all have to visit in person.
Road trip.
Yeah, so it looks like everybody's like on the road to increasing their average sales price too. All right.
I know mine's been climbing. I've been working on that.
I like it. So I have to admit something because I'm getting ready to leave and go somewhere, and I have to admit something.
True confessions. Here we go.
True confessions.
What are you going to do, Molly?
Y'all, that face that's coming through right there is exactly what I stand up.
Molly's scared. All right, wait. Before that, maybe we can organize the first annual See Chats. Let's do lunch podcast meetup.
Yes.
Yeah. Hollywood Squares.
We've got so many good plans. Gosh, I love these people. Maybe I should just go with that and let that be the subject change.
Nope.
So I found an online estate sale. And
wait, you mean your house that's holding the two estates that need to be processed? Is that what that estate sale?
No, I think she meant her garage. That's what
she must have meant her garage.
Yeah, definitely.
In Winston-Salem. And I may or may not have won. Y'all, I'm a winner.
No, Molly.
I won. I won some items, but look, this is purely for research purposes because I am learning from this because I've never bought from one before. I know I'm not allowed to spend money and buy anymore until I list, but it's really educational for C-Chats. Like, I think I can write it all off. I'm good to go. I can write you off in the way you look at me.
Yeah, you'll be writing stuff off for sure.
I get to go today, and I got to go pick up my wins, and I learned something new. Has anybody ever heard of a pickers sale? Pickers, like pickers.
I've heard the expression, but I don't know.
In my area. Yeah.
Pickers sale. So I get the email, congratulations, you've won. I always love when they say you've won. No, I'm actually paying for it. I bought. Anyway, I won.
Like me and my gambling addiction. I won $20. My husband's like, you spent 60. What are you doing?
So I get to go pick these up today. And what they say is, look at this. You know, you're a reseller when you have to justify your purchase. You're an addict when you have to come up with roundabout ways to justify it to your co-mates so they don't like strap you up and tie you down. Anyway, I'm going to pick it up. And in the email, it said bring cash, picker sale. And you had to like put when you're coming in. So it starts at 3. I have to be over there by 3:15. That's my time slot. But I was like, picker sale, what is that? Nobody's coming in the comments with it. So I might be teaching everybody. It's an estate sale, but this is different. And they do this a lot in conjunction with estate sales. So they have items that have not been priced, and you just get to go pick through them and say, can I do $3 for this or $5 or whatever? And what that said was typically in a house estate sale, it's when you just get to go in for a certain time and open drawers and cupboards and go in and pick out and go, hey, I found this. Can I get it?
This is take a screwdriver to take the placards off the cabinets.
Yeah.
Kristen will be disappointed if you don't.
So this is going to be different though, because this is actually picking up at a place of business. And Samantha, this estate sale is a fundraiser for a nonprofit. I mean,
why you got to do that? Come on.
It's okay.
How could you not go?
I mean, I'm supporting a fundraiser.
All right, so you're going to get some footage of this,
you can
right?
Run your own fundraiser.
Picker thing, but it's not at a house. It's at the actual company's business. So they must have like a room open up with boxes of stuff that you get to go through. And it said, bring cash.
So I don't know how I feel about this, because yay that you get to go in ahead of time. That's like winning double, really. I'm trying not to justify this for you, but also it's exciting. I don't have things like this around here. We don't even have estate sales. Like, that's not a thing.
I want to go too.
So that's cool that you get to go in and get first dibs on stuff. Like, awesome. But I hate making offers. Like, I hate it. I will lowball the heck out of somebody because
I have gotten better at doing that as a reseller than I used to before, because I know what I can get for it and I'm not going to pay if I can't make money. So I already go in. Usually I can research and know, okay, my bottom line is whatever. And that's my bottom line. They can either do it or they can't. And
I don't even like starting the conversation. I want them to name a price. I want the
people. Well, they're expecting
I'll walk away.
A picker sale, you got to do it. They're expecting it.
I don't know if I would go.
So my kids need to go to yard sales and stuff like that with me, because I will embarrass them. Like, I lowball like crazy. And walk away, and they're just like, oh my God, Mom, I can't believe you did that.
I'm doing everything is going to be $1, because my other job late at night, I have a lot of ones for my other late night job. And so
what side hustle you got going there?
I'm going in everywhere, and I'm gonna go, $1. You want $1? It's $1. $1 bill, y'all. $1 bill, y'all.
Oh my gosh, Molly.
So
I'm having fun. I can't wait to see what happens there.
We're definitely going to need some updates, because I'm going to be asking you all the time if you've listed the items that you are bringing back. Do you have like a limit? Like, are you going to bring like 2 bins and be like, I'm only getting 2 bins worth? Or you already?
Oh, I'm not even doing.
You're already past that.
Wait, your new car is an SUV, right? You're not limited to a sedan anymore. She got an SUV.
And guess what? The seats are already down, because we went to the landscape place this weekend and had to put soil in. So my seats are already laid down and ready.
All right. Whoop, whoop. All right. I am going to be asking. So I am going to be moving over the summer and starting a huge construction project at my new house, my new reselling space. And so I'm going to be in the community a lot, asking for advice, things that you've done. I know a lot of you have moved. This will be the 3rd time I've moved my business, but it's a lot bigger than it was the first 2 times I moved it. So I'm going to be asking for all sorts of advice, because I'm not going to be able to think of everything. Yeah.
I told you the clothing thing, right? That I learned when moving Cal into college. All your clothes on a hanger, you just take yard bags.
Yep.
Keep them together, put a hole in, put the yard bag, tie the bottom, and take them all in one yard bag and keep them all on the hangers. There's all your clothes.
All right. There you go. I'm already getting good tips.
All right.
Price the woman 25 cents for an item at a yard sale, and she comes back with, how about a nickel? So did you take the nickel? I would have taken the nickel.
then they ask for change, and all you have is quarters. Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh. I am moving to outside of Scranton, Pennsylvania, where I grew up in. It's called Moscow, Pennsylvania. If anybody knows that, it's the Pocono region of Pennsylvania, near the Poconos. So yes, I grew up and went to school in the home of The Office, for all of you Office fans out there. Yes. Those are my digs, and I am moving back. Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
I I am not moving, but there is major construction going on outside of my house, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh my word. Oh my
But
word.
it's been positive as well. Kinda.
Good.
Like, I'm trying to find the positive in it, I should say. So my front porch is basically obsolete now, and I probably gripe about this every week, but half of my business was based on people picking up and dropping off from my porch. I didn't talk to them. I didn't no, it was great. I would sell something locally and I would just set it out there and mark ready, and people would come and pick it up. Now I am having to schedule things, go down the road and meet people. But I have had a couple people reach out to me that said that they actually stopped buying from me years ago because they liked being able to, they couldn't get out of their vehicles. There was one lady that's immobile or to some degree where she didn't want to get out and get up on the curb and walk up my 3 stairs onto my porch. So I've only been doing it for a week and she's already started buying from me again. She hadn't messaged me since 2015.
Who would have guessed, right? That was even a point. Wow. All right.
Another one of my people who has always bought from me regularly. She's quite the talker, but we got to have some hugs in the parking lot yesterday and catch up with her. So that was good. Also kind of the downside though. I like the time with the people, but at the same time, I was in the Rite Aid parking lot for an hour yesterday to meet with 6 people. So, but another good side is I went into Rite Aid to grab a couple things, which I don't remember the last time I walked into that store. And I think I might be checking out the clearance there. I might be going in there and just kind of scoping it out and see if I can do a little retail arbitrage if I'm going to be there several times a week anyway.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, smart. Oh, yep. Remember, PSA up and running grant is open till June 9th. It is super easy to apply. We want a sea chatter to get it. At least one sea chatter to get one this year. How exciting would that be? It has to happen at some point, right? Somebody in our community. I mean, Liz was an initial winner. But since we've started, so that was awesome. I shouldn't say winner. I should say earned. It's not really a win. It's an earn. All right, Thriftaholics, send me a message. I am still in Allentown, and I will not be that far away, and we will get together and hang out. So no worries. All right,
Samantha, what platform do you use locally?
Facebook. I run an auction group. So the auction group, when I post, I then message them and say, you won the hair straightener for $3, and here's my website. Let me know what else you would like to add to your order. And I put that into everybody. Even if they bought 3 things from me last week, I say the same thing every time. I continue to give them I continue to give them my website. They continue to look at things. And this week, because it was such a weird inconvenience of you can't come and pick it up off my porch anymore, I let everybody know, those who meet with me locally this week get 15% off anything on my website. So that sold some extra things, and it equaled out to be what I would have in fees from a different platform. So it wasn't that big a deal. And I love bundling things. And then Facebook Marketplace. I have not had a lot of shipping orders on Facebook Marketplace, maybe 1 a month in the last couple months. However, that very last section you can share to your local groups. And I share to 10 or 11 groups for, 3 or 4 things a night when I'm cross-posting. And I get a lot of traffic that way. And same thing, anything that I sell locally, I say, here's my website, go check it out, add some stuff on. And people do. It's great.
I might start incorporating something like that once I get set up in my new. I just think that is so smart and such an amazing way to drive traffic to your business.
I agree.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, because otherwise, who's looking at it? Nobody. You have to send people there.
Right.
Right.
Cool.
All right, Libby. Was there anything else on our list of must talk abouts that you had over there?
No, I think that was it. We want to get people, if anybody's available for the reseller relaxation cruise, we're going to be cruising, having some fun. You don't want to miss out.
Samantha's got some more questions coming in.
All right.
Oh, so 2 years ago, my city announced that they're putting a roundabout in front of my house. There's some big industrial reason down the street where they have to redo this whole thing. And if they put 2 roundabouts on this road, they don't need them. But if they put them on there, then the state will pay for the entire $2 million project, which is good because then I don't have to pay whatever my portion would be for all this new fanciness. But a roundabout is going, like, I'm 3 houses away from the corner, so it is going right in front of my house. People will not be able to park out front. They won't be able to. My front yard's basically obsolete now. My alley is not great, and it's very small. My garage is not fantastic, and I don't like having people in and out of there. I've already had a couple complaints when I tried to do that the first couple days of people dropping off and picking up there. So Rite Aid's only like 3 or 4 blocks away, so I just meet there, big parking lot, and so far it's working out, and I am dealing with it. The city, not the city engineer, but the project engineer, I was putting out packages one morning, and he walked up and chit-chatted with me. There might be parking spots in front of my house in 2 years when this project is done. Maybe there will be a parking spot because he's not quite sure exactly where the curb is going to end for the roundabout. But I have a 4-way stop right now, and people hate parking in front of my house as it is. They get very skittish because of the traffic. It's a busier street for our town. And there's no way, even if there's a parking spot out front, nobody's ever going to use it. They're not going to want to park there. So I'm figuring out some logistics and things. I don't think that these pickups a couple days a week are really like the meetups are really the solution because it does take a lot of time. But I'm trying to find the positive in it until I figure out something else. At this point, I'm ready to sell my house and move, but my husband's not really on board with that.
Offer the gentleman a store coupon to guarantee parking spots in front of your house.
Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea.
I don't know if the state official that was here is going to accept bribery for that.
Hello, Bethel. Someone thinking about allowing drop-offs, and it makes you skittish even with the camera on my porch. I've done drop-offs and pickups in the area, both of the areas I've most recently lived in, and the one before that was before this. It was a little more urban. I've never had an issue.
Me neither.
People have been really good about it. I don't know, but I guess maybe it depends on where you live and the level of comfort. Yeah.
With the exception of the woman who wanted to try the shorts on to see if they fit and left her house with the shorts and never didn't pay.
She didn't pay, but she did pay. She did pay like a day later. Yeah.
Later and say,
bizarre.
She just wanted to try before she bought. Yeah, that was
that's
a weird one.
One out of what, I don't know, thousands of pickups and drop-offs. So
when you called me and said, Molly, this woman just got in her car and drove off with the shorts.
Right?
I was like, I don't even have anything in place to deal with this. This hasn't happened in 10 years. This has never happened.
For like, I don't know, $12, $5. They weren't even like.
Oh no, they were under $10. I think they were like $7. Yeah. It was something ridiculously low.
At some point, the level of creep just gets weird, and you're just like, take the shorts and never respond to me ever again. That's weird. Right. So for local payments, I use Facebook Pay or cash. I do recommend, Beth, if you are going to do a front porch type thing, I loved it. It took me a while to train people to do it, and then the pandemic happened, and it was like the totally acceptable thing, and it was fantastic. Mm-hmm. Now training people to go back the other way is kind of a pain in the butt, including myself. I'm the one that I really have to train the most, and I don't like it. But I would recommend, my husband, we just got like on Amazon a little Dropbox type thing with a slot in it, and people could put their cash in that. It's locked. And we just mounted it right to our porch. So it was like hidden from the sidewalk, but they could clearly see it when they came up to drop or pick things up. That being said, it was clearly every message I sent said the drop-off cash box that says SWS Pay Here is bolted to my porch railing. It's in a totally different spot than my mailbox. I would still get money left in my mailbox. So that you can't help some people. That's just
people just don't read. They just don't.
Yeah. But I never had a problem with payment. I never had any issues. There's no porch pirates around here. There's none of that problem. Mm-hmm. If it was a more expensive item and they insisted on picking it, sometimes I would want them to meet me, or I would just ask for prepayment through Facebook, and then I would leave it out because they already paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Now I use Square as well for a lot of my invoicing. Not the biggest PayPal fan, so that's why I just do my invoicing through Square, my credit card processing. Yeah.
I feel, Samantha, that we need a list of I'm not a fan by Libby. And all the things she's not a fan.
I love it. I'm the one griping over here and I'm whining about my situation and you're picking apart Libby.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
just
But I
laughing
am a fan of a lot of these people here in the community.
But I'm laughing because we recently did the platform, and you're like, I'm not a fan of that platform.
That episode, like we try to be, I just want everybody to know, we try to be very positive. We try to like see the light and everything. We really, truly, in our day-to-day lives, these are the people we are. We try to make it positive. I feel like that episode went a little dark because we were like, eBay's great, this is great. The other platforms are terrible.
Yeah, so it'll be coming out next week if you really want to be like bummed out. And
we ended on a good note. We ended on some good things.
So stay tuned. Watch that episode. Stay tuned to the end. We bring it back around. I promise.
Oh, man.
All right, guys. Well, Molly's got an estate to go.
I gotta go be a picker. I gotta go to a picker sale.
And I can't wait. I hope you get some really
Are
good
you gonna
audio.
record? You should record.
I'll record. I don't know if they'll let me in recording, but I'll try. I'll definitely record in the parking lot before and after, but I'll go in and see if they let me do it.
If I can't tell you no, and I might as well live vicariously through you, I guess, while we do this.
So,
but I will be following up on what you got and how your listing is going with it.
okay. Sometimes your eye color is so pretty, by the way.
Oh, don't flatter me. Don't. No.
Oh, guys, it's so great to see all you guys in the comments. Thank you for hanging out with us and talking about April. I can't wait for May. Can't wait to run those numbers because I am a fan of that.
She is a fan of numbers.
Yeah. Not so much people, but numbers are good. All right.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.